This is what the East Wing of the White House has looked like for several hours now. A mountain of rubble being hauled away by dump trucks to a nearby golf course. U.S. President Donald Trump announced the planned renovation of the building to the media a few days ago. However, no one expected that this renovation would mean the partial demolition of the most famous house in the United States.
You know, we're building right behind us, we're building a ballroom. They've wanted a ballroom for 150 years, and I'm giving that honor to this wonderful place. I think we should do it. This was the ballroom, and this room holds 88 people, and the new one will hold 999 people, which is a difference.
The East Wing was built in 1902 and significantly remodeled in the 1930s and 1940s. It was there that the hall where presidential banquets were to be held was located. However, due to the limited number of seats, events such as the annual Correspondents' Gala are held in nearby hotels or directly on the lawn in front of the White House.
Any construction project, there are changes over time as you assess what the project is going to look like, and we'll continue to keep you apprised of all of those changes, but just trust the process. This is going to be a magnificent addition to the White House for many years to come, and it's not costing the taxpayers anything. The president is privately funding this ballroom addition to the White House grounds.
And it's being paid for 100% by me. And
the first accusation of spending public money on the president's whims was essentially dismissed immediately. The entire construction is being financed by donations and President Trump's private funds. The cost is estimated at $300 million. But when the media circulated these photos, questions arose about the legality of the entire process.
No other president has done what President Trump just did in demolishing the entire East Wing of the White House, and that is to unilaterally take action in violation of mandates that should require him to go through processes before he acts. That's pretty disturbing for many Americans.
The White House did not seek approval from federal agencies, claiming that it was not necessary. Donald Trump himself maintained that the construction of the ballroom would not affect the structure of the building. However, during the work, it turned out that there was no other option.
We determined that after really a tremendous amount of study with some of the best architects in the world, we determined that really knocking it down, trying to use a little section. You know, the East Wing was not much. There was not much left from the original. It was, over the course of 100 years, it was changed. The columns were removed, and it was a much different building. Then a story was added on in 1948, 1949.
The construction on the east side of the White House looks overwhelming. The momentum of the demolition team's work is certainly crucial here.
Below us, surrounded by beautiful grounds and shade trees.
On the other hand, when President Roosevelt was building rooms for his wife in the midst of the Great Depression in the 1930s, there was no shortage of criticism either. In 1942, when he was building a bunker under the East Wing, he was accused of preparing Washington for a siege and the imminent fall of America, and the expected Japanese occupation of the United States were predicted.